I promise you, I try. But when you go on Twitter every day and you have a bunch of colleagues that go and see this movie at a film festival, they all talk positive about this movie, and there's positive reviews everywhere for this movie. So I had to go in this movie knowing, like, oh, everyone loves this movie. But I'm here to say it. Just lower your expectations just a little bit. Monkey Man stars Dev Patel and is about an anonymous young man unleashes a campaign of vengeance against the corrupt leaders who murdered his mother. From first-time director Dev Patel, yes, the actor, the star of this movie, is stepping behind the camera for this one. We've always known he's a great actor, but hearing the stories of this movie getting made for Dev Patel, getting in physical shape, breaking a bone, having struggles with locations and securing stuff, I mean, huge issues and like that really must have messed with him. But Dev Patel loved this story and he wanted to get it made and he got it made. So going in as a young film director, it warms my heart that like Universal gave him the confidence and said, hey, we got Jordan Peele behind you, like make your movie, we're gonna do it for you. There might be some struggles, but he did it and we're here to talk about it. So biggest positive, of course, we're going to talk about Dev Patel. Dev Patel's performance in this movie is really good. I know I want to talk about his direction, but I'm going to talk about his performance first. He's very good in this movie. Very righteous, very angry, but you kind of need that when it's a revenge story, like an action revenge. So his performance is very good. Physically, he looks awesome, man. I mean, he kicks butt in this movie. And the action scenes, there are some we will talk about in the negatives, but for the most part, especially the third act, the action is bloody, bone-breaking, and just fun to look at. Like, truly, there is some really good stuff here. I will say the camera is moving a whole bunch. We'll get more into it. But during those intense scenes, it really adds to the factor. He does a lot with that in a lot of his scenes. I wish there was more scenery with the action scenes, but when they're knuckle punches, breaking bones, and like in the kitchen scene that you saw in the trailer a little bit, that's like one of my favorite action scenes the entire movie. And he does a lot of just personal action, and I liked a lot of it, not all of it. Another positive I really like is the lighting. I think the lighting is very cool looking. The colors in this movie, the reds, the yellows, and like everything that deals with like a different surrounding that he goes to, the vibrance of the surrounding definitely feels like a world that I want to explore. So I really got to appreciate that to him and more of just the production team. Like, it's a really good looking movie. Sounds great. The music's really cool and a few action scenes they incorporate. Again, overall, like, this is a very watchable movie, and I really enjoyed that stuff, especially when it goes into more of the story of following faith and that kind of stuff. Didn't really expect that from this movie, because the trailers made it seem like more like a John Wick movie. But no, there's a lot more faith-based, there's a lot of more undertones of the political system and who people follow and religion. There's a lot of that in this movie. Sometimes it hurts the pacing a little bit, especially in the first and second act. But once the like training sequence begins and he gets more into the third act, I mean, from then on, I mean, I'm really enjoyed this movie. But I will say this, it's not the best action movie I've seen of all time. Again, there's been high praise for this movie. I hate doing that because that's what I knew going in. I was like, oh, there's so much positive. But I'm here to tell you that this movie is not perfect. Number one issue, hands down, shaky cam. The first action scene we get in the bathroom and then the stuff after that bathroom scene was really hard to watch. It was really shaky. There is a scene where he's in the back of a truck and he beats up some guys and he jumps out of the truck. I'm telling you, the camera operator was doing this the entire time. It was hard to watch. Even in the third act, which I've already said has got some good action, there are times where like he loves close-ups and quick cutting, and it's also incorporated with a first-person point of view in a few action scenes. So it's going quick and fast, and my God, as a person with motion sickness, I could not look at the screen. And I saw it in a big theater tonight, and I just had to look down and be like, I can't watch. Like, seriously, I could not watch, especially the first couple action scenes. Like I said, the third act, there's a lot of scenes where it's like more framed down, you get more of the scenery and stuff, and that stuff was awesome. I was like, all right, this is some good stuff. but those early stuff, and there's a lot of stuff not even in the action scenes too. Like, there's a scene with them driving early on in the movie between him and one other character. There's a bunch of cuts and edits and such that just made me feel nauseous. And again, I have motion sickness, so that could just be that. But I truly think people with no motion sickness would watch this movie and be like, yeah, there's a ton of shaky cam. And it was bad. Like, it was bad. Like, I was like, this is like, I could like puke. Like, it's that bad. Like, yeah, I was like that. It was annoying. Also, coming to really the issues are the first act. The first act doesn't tell you the revenge sideline. Like, you get to meet your character, you get to meet the villains and that kind of stuff, but you don't get to know the actual revenge storyline until the middle part of the movie. Once you know the revenge angle, from that point forward, you're like, oh, let's kill these bastards. Let's do this thing. Like, you get pumped up as an audience member, and the story's just at a good flow in the third act, especially when you have good action. But that first act, with it being very motion sickness for me, and it not really giving you enough in the very beginning to where you are intrigued. So basically, if no one knew about this movie and just started watching it, I don't think this movie gives you enough in the first 20 minutes to get you to keep watching. That's honestly my opinion on that. Overall, though, like, I will say it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a good action movie. I'm really intrigued to see if Dev Patel wants to direct another movie. I think he could do way more with more than just action. I think the deeper meanings in this story showed me that he cares about this story, and I love that for him. And I love that he got to make this movie, and his inspiration really is helping watch this movie. In the end, it was good. It was okay. I would watch it again, probably not in theaters though. I'm going to give Monkey Man a B-. Like, I'm being clear, like, I'm calling it a good movie. Like, it's good, it's solid. I'm just not going to put it like high up there like a lot of people are because, again, me personally, I felt like I could throw up in one of those scenes I was watching tonight. Like, again, I had motion sickness. That could be just me, but I would love to hear you guys' opinion on it. What do you think of Dev Patel's direction, performance? Love all that kind of stuff in the comments down below. And you guys enjoy this movie review. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody!